Gusto mo bang malaman kung anong mas magandang bilhin na sasakyan? Brand new ba or second hand? Kung gusto niyo malaman, panoorin niyo ito. Hi there, this is Chingitan, also known as Mr. Chink Positive. Thank you very much for subscribing in this channel. Kung hindi pa kayo nakasubscribe, please do click subscribe. And then once you click subscribe, don't forget to click the bell button. Pag may mga bagong videos, manonotify po kayo kaagad. Ay nako, alam nyo ba, marami pong taong nagtatanong sa akin, Chinky, ano bang mas maganda? Bibiling ko ba ng cash yung sasakyan? Or bibili ko ng second hand? Oo. Or may nagsabi, kahit gusto kong biling cash, hindi ko naman kaya talagang bilhin. Tutuloy ko pa yung pagbili ko ng sasakyan kahit uutangin ko. In this video, malalaman po ninyo kung ano po ang advantages and disadvantages ng brand new car or second-hand car. Okay, so isa-isahin na po natin. Pag-usapan po muna natin ngayon ang brand new na sasakyan. Syempre, sino sa inyo dito ang gusto magkaroon ng brand new na sasakyan? Taas ang kamay. Syempre naman. Iba talaga ang ang feeling pag brand new. Lalo na, 'di ba, pagka binuksan mo yung sasakyan, maamoy mo yung leather o maamoy mo yung bagong sasakyan, 'di ba? Iba yung feeling talaga. At saka pag nakaupo ka sa loob ng sasakyan, ang feeling mo, ang pogi-pogi mo. Well, in reality, hindi lang 'yan ang advantage. Let's talk about advantage number 1. Pag brand new sasakyan, practically, the reason why you want to buy a brand new because it lasts longer. Yes, kasi po hindi siya sirain, di ba? So wala siyang masyadong repair, wala siyang problema, wala siyang sakit ng ulo, di ba? Hindi mo kailangan actually na yun paayos na paulit-ulit, di ba? So yan po ang pinaka-advantage ng isang brand new ng sasakyan. So kung ang advantage po ay actually kung titingnan po natin ay iisa lang po, di ba? Pero titignan po naman natin yung disadvantage. Ang disadvantage naman ng isang brand new na sasakyan, number 1, mas mataas pong cost. Siyempre, you pay for the full price. Di ba? You cannot pay for a lower price kasi meron tayong tinatawag na SRP pagdating sa sasakyan. And number 2, disadvantage, it depreciates in value. Every year, bababa po yung halaga, more or less around 10 to 15%, dependent on the design or what we call the brand that you took, di ba, yung ginawa mo. Number 3, ang disadvantage pa, meron pa tinatawag na monthly obligation. When you talk about monthly obligation, syempre, meron tayong tinatawag na monthly payment or monthly amortization. Yun po isa pang disadvantage kung meron kang isang brand new na sasakyan. So, right now, let's talk about the second-hand car. Second-hand naman po. Siyempre, pagdating naman sa second-hand car, advantage. May advantage ba ang second-hand car? Of course. Number 1, wala ka nang aalalahanin sa monthly payment. Kasi nga, it's paid in full. No monthly payment, no monthly amortization. In other words, hindi ka may stress sa payment. Ang disadvantage naman po, siyempre, pag second-hand na, baka sirain na. Siyempre, kailangan na maraming repair. O, di ba? Or mga maintenance, di ba? Siyempre, hindi masyadong magandang tignan. Probably kupas na yung pintura or may mga scratches na, di ba? So kung titignan po natin, yun lang naman po ang disadvantage ng isang second-hand car. So kung ano man ang pipiliin mo, whether it's second-hand or brand new car, it doesn't really matter. Ito lang naman po ang point of discussion and point of contention. Whatever you want to buy, it depends on your capacity to pay, di ba? So, kung ang capacity mo to pay, like for example, you can pay in cash. Pay in cash na brand new car, so be it. What if you want a brand new car, but you cannot pay in cash? So, ano pong mangyayari? So normally, ito po nangyayari. Ilang taon ka magbabayad? 5 years po ang yearly amortizations, 5 years. So, monthly ka magbabayad. Ito yung tanong ko lang. Ito yung major question before you make a purchase na amortization. Tanong lang naman. What if? Okay, everybody say what if. What if, di ba? Nagbayad ka na ng 2 years. Nag-down ka na, tapos may 2 years payment ka na, and then something happened. No? When you say something happened to your cash flow. Bigla na lang, humina negosyo mo, wala kang collection, o bigla na lang nawalan ka ng trabaho. What will happen kung hindi ka na makakabayad consistently? So number 1, may mga late fees or interest. And worst comes to worst. What if kung 3 months, 5 months ka na delayed na payment? Ano po mangyayari? Ito po mangyayari. Mareremata po ang inyong sasakyan. They will foreclose your cars and they will, take it back. So once they take it back, what will happen naman? What happens naman to the down payment you paid? What happens naman to the 2 years you paid for? Wala na. It's gone. It's number one. So lahat ng pinagpaguran nyo po ay mawawala. Compare to a car that you can purchase in cash, hindi siya makukuha. Next. Like for example, ang sasakyan, more or less, ang value ng brand new, sample na lang is 1 million. Alam nyo ba, pagka binili mo ng cash, you pay 1 million. Diba? Then, pagka bumili ka ng tinatawag na amortization, yung 1 million mo after 5 years, baka maging 1.4, diba? Or 1.5 because of the interest. But the reality is this, every year, ang sasakyan mo, hindi nag-appreciate po ng value, nagde-depreciate mo ng more or less than 10%. So, 10% every year times 5 years, that's 50%. So, yung 1 million mo after 5 years, 'di ba? Magiging 50% na lang po ang value. Ano yung 50% ng 1 million? 500,000. So, imagine mo, you paid for 1.5, but the value of the car already after 5 years will be already 500,000. So, malaki po na wala, 1 million. So, ito yung challenge ko na lang ito yung question ko sa inyo. What if, okay again, what if, hypothetical lang to. Ang tunay na value ng sasakyan is 1 million, which I just mentioned. But what if today, I'm going to sell it to you at 1.4 at 1.5? 1.4 or 1.5. Pero ang tunay na value is 1 million. My question to you right now is this. Will you buy the car? If your answer is no, because you felt or you feel it's a bad deal, you're absolutely right. Tama ka. Because it's a bad deal. 1 million, ba't mo ibebenta sa akin 1.4? Pero itong problema. Alam mo yung problema? Kung niloan mo siya, yan ang ginawa mo. Pag inutang mo siya, when you pay for amortization, you know what happened? That is exactly what you did. Oo. Or what you are going to do. So, ang value is 1 million pero you're going to pay for 1.4. Nalugi ka na. On top of that, ito pang masakit. Nagde-depreciate pa siya ng 10%. Imagine mo ang sakit. Dapat from 1 million to 500,000. Ngayon, naging 1.4 to 1.5. Naging 500,000. Ang sakit niyan. Oo. And then, ito pa. Kaya nga, alam mo, kung titignan nyo po talaga, bago kayo bumili ng sasakyan, isipin nyo muna mabuti. Diba? Yung pros and cons. Pero ito lang siguro naman, just to give you a peace of mind. Chinky, naguguluhan pa rin ako. Hindi ko alam kung ano dapat kong gawin. Again, ulitin ko, kaya mo ba magbayad ng monthly? Kaya mo magbayad ba ng cash? Okay? Para sa akin lang, ayaw kong makialam. The best car that you can drive is a car that you can afford, number one. Number two is a car that you can pay in cash. Dalawa lang pong criteria. Number one, you can afford to pay. Number two, if possible, you pay in cash. Chinky! But I don't have the cash nga. Diba? I have only 300,000. Well, if you need a car right now, and you can pay only 300,000, the best car that you can afford right now is a second-hand car. Okay? That's so be it. Diba? Ay, nako, maniwala ka, friends. Okay lang, kahit a second-hand yan. Maraming advantages yan. Hindi ko pa sinabi sa inyo. Diba? Minsan, baka may nagsasabi pa sa inyo, diba? Anong sabihin ng friends ko? Binibili mo yung sasakyan dahil para sa friends mo? Ay, para pakitang tao lang? Ay, nako. Kung yan lang, huwag ka na bumili. Diba? Number two, ang second, pinaka-greatest advantage sa akin para bumili ka ng second-hand car, ito, pakinggan mo, friend. Kahit na magasgas, hindi masakit dahil sanay na. Grabe talaga. Alam mo ako, nagkaroon ako ng brand new car during that time. First na talagang brand new car ko. Talagang love na love ko yung car ko. Everyday, winawax ko talaga. Alam mo, nung nagasgas, ang sakit. Ilang buwan ko talagang inisip, sinong gumasgas sa'yo? So guys, I hope that I have enlightened you in this short na pinakita ko sa inyo. Kung na-like nyo itong information, hihingi lang po ako ng favor sa inyo. Paki-like na rin po. Paki-like na rin tong video na ito. And then next, ito lang po my question to you right now is this. Do you want to know more? Do you want to know more on how to be wise in spending your money? Gusto nyo bang maging matalino pagdating po sa pag-i-invest, sa pagbibili, sa paglalagak ng pera mo? Ay, nako. Alam nyo ba, itong tinuro ko po sa inyong principle na ito is one only of the topics that I took from how to retire at 50. How to retire at 50. You know what? I always encourage people to be able to retire comfortably. You need to become a wise spender. Kailangan matuto ka mag-spend, matuto ka mag-invest, matuto ka mag-grow, matuto ka mag-protect ng pera. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you like, again, this video, nagustuhan nyo itong content na ito, please do like. Number 1, yan na lang po yung hinihingi ko po sa inyong request. Number 1. Number 2, also share this video with people whom you know can benefit. This is Chinkitan saying, to every problem, there's always a solution. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Always think positive. Bye!
Sa lahat ng subscriber ni Chinkitan, Chink Positive, please share it to your friends so that we'll hit the next 500,000 so to make it 1 million subscriber. Subscribe now here and don't forget to click the bell. See you, Manila. God first.
Thank you for watching. If you want to keep on growing and to stay inspired, subscribe and hit the bell button to get notified. Always think positive.